So, and part of the reason why they're going to trickle in, I think, is because there's over 1 million ballots that were sent out, absentee ballots. Something like 2 million in Kentucky, and they've gotten back, I think, like 900,000, or maybe it's 900,000 in New York and 500,000 in Kentucky. I mean, nevertheless, a lot of this is shifting to mail-in ballots. Now, of course, if you're Donald Trump, you're very, very concerned at the idea of mail-in ballots. I'm not exactly sure if his fear is well-founded. Like, it's not clear that mail-in ballots necessarily help Democratic candidates. I mean, it's just not clear that that's happening. But he is very worried about it, so much so that he's now going back. Remember when he first lost, it was New Hampshire. In New Hampshire, they had driven busloads of undocumented immigrants up to New Hampshire, presumably from Massachusetts, I guess, where they all hang out waiting for the next election and then get on buses. But apparently he's also convinced it happened in Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing about mail-in. Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Respectfully, sir, I covered politics in Colorado for 5 years. This morning you tweeted about how mail-in ballots will be fraudulent, but I never did a story or heard your friend Senator Cory Gardner say that mail-in ballots are fraudulent. People in Colorado have been voting by mail for years, sir. Any specific evidence? Where is the specific evidence that there are
thousands of cases all over? Thousands. I don't like the system, and I did pretty well in Colorado. Could have won Colorado, but I could have won. I almost.
Do you blame mail-in ballots for?
I can't tell you what it is. I thought I would have won Colorado, frankly. I love Colorado, and the people like me, and we have a lot of the similar values. We're doing a lot of economic development there. A lot of things are planned. No, I don't like mail-in ballots. I don't think it's good for Colorado either. I don't know. Did they find anything in Colorado? I can tell you this. There are thousands of cases all over an example. All over the country you have thousands of cases. A friend of mine gets a ballot. His son, unfortunately, passed away 7 years ago. He gets a ballot for his son to vote. That's one case.
Oh my God.
But there are thousands and thousands of cases. The other thing is with mail-in ballots, people can forge them. Foreign countries can print them. They get the same paper, the same press.
Why don't you order them to have Americans print the ballots?
I'm not ordering anything. We shouldn't have mail-in ballots. You should have certain things if you can't be at a location, like I'm here and I can't vote in Florida, I'm at the White House. So you do something where that's taken care of, and that works out fine. But in California, they sent tens of millions of slips out, of ballots out. They put them in mailboxes, people take them. They take them from the mailman, and they print them. They fraudulently print them. It's a very bad system. It's going to lead to a tremendous fraud, and we're trying to stop it. Mail-in ballots are a disaster, and I'm sure they're not good in Colorado.
So just to be clear, I mean, I don't know how they do this in the other states, to be honest with you, but I can tell you in New York, you fill out your ballot, and then you put it in an envelope that has your name on it, and you mail it back to the
Board of Elections.
County Board of Elections.
Really, 2 envelopes.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it's 2 envelopes. So there's one envelope is the interior envelope where your name is on it, and then the other. So your vote gets recorded.
I'm so worried I didn't do that now.
And well, but the point being that if a foreign country were to print up a bunch of extra ballots, how would they send them in? It's not like there's just like they put a box out in front of the Board of Election and you just drop it in like it's a suggestion, or a vote for Employee of the Week or something. All the ballots are counted for. Like you would have to know everybody who's not voting.
Right.
Print up a ballot, put it in their name, put it into the envelope that you've also printed up for that county or state, I guess, fill everything out correctly, and then send it in. It's unbelievable. But he
has to match. He knows this is going to work on the dumb people, and it's going to be repeated. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, they're saying that's like saying voting is bad for Republicans. I mean, ultimately, it's about suppression. We know this. The voter roll, as broken as the Board of Elections is in New York State and New York City, we still have paper ballots, which is a great thing. It's not scanner paper ballots, it's actual paper ballots. We're not using these machines, even electronic machines in our normal elections. So the voter roll is going to match. Now, we have a lot of issues in our registry, which is a whole other thing, but it is never about, I just don't understand their logic of like giving people the opportunity to vote is voter suppression. It's just everybody bipartisan says that there's no lean when it comes to mail-in ballots. I mean, they have them in Florida. They have them in Georgia.
I mean, part of it could just be, I mean, first of all, I think he believes this on some level. I don't think he's like, I'm going to be able to dupe the dupes. I think he's a dupe himself. But I also think the idea is that by talking about how paper ballots are bad, he also sets the ground for not accepting the results. And I think there's a certain amount of that going on.